Whether you're a grandparent or not just yet, our next guest is going to help us lead the way, light the road, and leave a legacy for the next generation. I am joined by friend, author, podcast host, Chrys Howard. Chrys, thank you so much for joining me on the Sami Cohn Show today.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. We've been friends for a long time, but I don't know that we've ever done this.
I don't think we have. There's always something new in the relationship. And before I get started, I was kind of looking at your bio. I know the count is off. I know you have 3 adult children, but how many grandchildren and great-grands is the tally at right now?
Okay, I have 14 grandchildren. I have 12, and then I have 2 bonus grandchildren, so I have 14 grandchildren, and I have now 5 great-grandchildren. So it's super fun. It is ever-evolving, ever-changing, and just so much fun.
I feel like we should do a beauty segment next time because you don't look like you have 5 great-grandchildren, but you have a book that's out this year called Rockstar Grandparent. I mean, I just think, obviously I'm not a grandparent yet, but I have learned so much from you in terms of leading our children. Can you just talk a little bit about why you felt like you needed to write this book in this time?
Oh, you're so sweet. I feel like every grandparent is a rock star. No matter what you do, you're already a rock star just because of that station in life and how much you love your grandchildren and want to be a part of their life. And I remember back to my grandfather, who probably the last 15 years of his life just sat in a chair and read the paper. And we adored him. We adored coming in there and sitting next to him and listening to his stories. So while I like to do a lot of things with my grandkids, and I do a lot of things with them, I have done a lot of things with them, I say just because of who you are, you're a rock star. But all of us want to do more and be more and influence more. And so I just felt like I wanted to write a book about my adventures that I had with my grandchildren, and I was blessed enough to live really close to them. So I had a lot of stories to tell, and bless their hearts, they're never going to read the book, so it doesn't really matter. So I tell a lot of stories about all of our adventures.
Well, we want to read the book, but I want you to give us a little sneak peek, especially in this time that we're in now. Thankfully for technology, we're able to connect virtually when we can't connect in person. What are some of the tips you have for people that can't see their grandparents, or grandparents don't feel safe traveling right now, or aren't able to get out?
Well, exactly what we're doing right now is the best thing. Okay. And for my kids, I had, most of my grandkids did live close to me, but I had 3 who lived 7 hours from me. So I had both of those journeys. I had the journeys with them literally next door, and then those who were 7 hours away. And we utilized FaceTime so much, and we still do. My granddaughters who are in college FaceTime me all the time. I get to be a part of their lives. They show me what dress they're going to wear. I FaceTime them and let them do a cooking segment with me. We'll cook together some nights. So this technology is beyond amazing for the grandparent relationship. My grandparents didn't live close to me, and we got the phone call, and we all hovered around phone and talk to them. That's all we got. And again, I still loved and adored them. So now with what we have today with the technology, that's the best gift. And just to be able to, sometimes I'll just know they've got something going on. I'll just text them, hey, I'm thinking about you, praying about you today. Just keeps me connected with them and them connected with me.
Yeah. Now, one of the parts about me hosting this show is that I get to ask some questions. As a parent, we love the technology for what it can do, for what you just said, but also there's challenges because of smartphones and everything distracting especially our teens today. How do you navigate those waters of trying to understand and relate, but still setting some standards that you've learned along the years that we need to hold our kids and grandkids up to?
That is so true. It is a double-edged sword for sure. And so when my kids were little, my grandkids were little, when they were at my house and around the table, I really did the no phone thing. Like we had table talk that the kids actually loved to do. They would pull a question out of a jar and we would talk about that, and we would make sure we didn't have technology. I am very blessed that all 3 of my children were good about enforcing that with their own children, about teaching them that balance of how to have technology in their lives and in their hands, but it not be their whole life. And I've been very blessed that I've had active grandchildren all the way through school where they were sports minded and were busy doing things like that. But we've also walked through some difficult journey with the grandkids when some of them were little, and having to have those really tough conversations. I remember one time we all sat down with the boys in our family and had a really big discussion, and Grandma was included in that because they were at my house a lot, about how we're going to walk forward with technology in our hands and in our lives. So it's something I'm so thankful I'm not raising kids at this time. But I'm also so aware that as a grandparent, I want to know the pitfall. I want to be there also. I don't want to turn a blind eye to it when they're at my home. I want to know. My daughter particularly had a time limit on her children. Well, my son
Chrys,
too.
this has been so helpful. I so appreciate everything that you've shared. Everyone can find Rockstar Grandparent and also check you out at chryshoward.com to find out about your podcast and more. Friend, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Hope to hug your neck soon. Bye-bye. Before I go, I need you to know to embrace your calling. This weekend, as I was about to do laundry, mow the yard before church, and do all the things I felt like I shouldn't have to do on a Sunday, I chose to be grateful. Grateful that I'm able to be a mom, able to do these things, able to have a home to take care of, and above all, that God has seen me fit to give me people, aka my kids, that depend on me. While those things can easily delay me, I never want them to distract me from embracing my calling. I am a writer, a speaker, and a teacher, and I am not going to wait for someone to tell me I'm allowed to do those things, for a job to pay me to do those things, or for time to magically open up to do those things. It is time right now. I want to encourage each of you in this moment to do the things that you are called to do, not what someone else is telling you to do. Don't wait for someone to open a door for you. Do what you know you have to do. Know that you are enough. Know that you are the right mom and the right person for this season and this situation. I want you to say it. I want you to believe it, and I want you to be encouraged and equipped to walk in that truth today. I never cease to be amazed at how God shows up in ways I couldn't have imagined exactly when we need it. And I want to thank you for showing up today, as well as each of my guests for sharing their time and talents so generously with us. As always, I hope you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.